Hello there, welcome back to another video. This week I'm going to try something else that's very new. So I'm back with my camera tripod recording setup, and this time I'm actually going to try to talk live while I'm drawing. But so I didn't quite have an idea of what to draw before I started this, so let's just start doodling. The way I usually start doodling is I just like put down shapes and then try to see where I see. So this little bean thing that I see is sort of like a torso right now, and then like a little head maybe. Being very light, I'm not seeing much. I don't know if I like this too much, to be honest. Like the head sort of tilted down the way I see it, and then a hand in a pocket, and then maybe what can we do with the other hand? I don't know what to do with the other hand. Maybe look this kind of... She's looking at her hand. I've flip-flopped back and forth a lot over the years over drawing more girls or drawing more guys. Like when I first started drawing, I mainly only ever drew guys. But then once I started just branching out a bit more, I go through phases where I draw a lot of girls and then phases where I draw a lot of guys. I kind of like this. I mean, it's a little bit out of proportion. That's better. Is it? I was taught in my art class when I was like in middle school that, so in the line that would be where your jeans would sit, if you're like a mid-rise sort of jeans, if you grab that in the top of the head, it should be about equal to that to the bottom of the feet. So that's a kind of rule of thumb that I learned for getting proportions right of general body. Like that doesn't really take into consideration like how large the head is or how long the limbs are, but if like you're trying to figure out torso to leg ratio, top of the head plus torso equals legs is one that you know, different bodies have different sorts of proportions, but that's the rule of thumb that I worked under. Just sketching out my hand. I don't know how far I'm going to take this one sketch. We might move on to something else before I start, because I have these gel pens that I bought not long ago that I haven't really played around much with because Inktober happened, and so I wanted to like try to do more inks and stuff because that's what I'm really in the mindset of right now, and then try to add a pop-up cover with these. But this time it's time to add a little face. Oh, I think I like where this is going now, even though the eyes are a little bit too close together. One thing that was like a huge adjustment to me from, because I am a lot more comfortable when I do digital art, but then I started getting more into sketchbooks like 3 years ago now. So the biggest adjustment to me was just like not worrying about if you have to erase, just erase whatever. Then you can always, if you drew it once, you can draw it again, basically. That was one of my biggest connections between switching to doing a lot more traditional work, that if you, it's alright to just erase as much as you want and you'll be able to redraw it without much of a problem. This face looks really, really angular. It looks kind of cool, but at the same time it looks not as feminine as the rest of it. We can go androgynous. What's wrong with androgyny? I think I might just leave this as a pencil sketch, honestly, and move on to try to colorify something, maybe something a bit simpler, so that way I can like have something a little bit more complete and this video doesn't go on forever. But yeah, let me know what you think of this video format. I was kind of taking inspiration from the YouTuber Draw with Waffles, from the way that she produces her videos. Big toe goes in front. I always have to think when drawing hands like which way the thumb's gonna go, and I've drawn so many backwards hands, it's not even funny. But yeah, I guess this is the first sketch of the day. I think it looks kind of cool. Right, on to the next page then, if we have this done. I might go back and do something else to it, but this actually turned out better than I expected it to. For Inktober I did this cute little cactus drawing, so maybe I can draw it again. It was really easy. It was my simplest Inktober out of all of them, and I wrote in the description of my Instagram that I originally planned to draw like a proper human character holding the cactus, but when I just saw the little face on the cactus that I drew, I was like, you know what, let's not. Oh no, wait, let's give her a flower, because cacti bloom? I don't know. It's the progression. It's the evolution. It's been a couple of weeks. So, little cactus Chen has grown up. Something. I don't know what else to draw. I don't have a green in here. I picked out these based on the ones that I thought I would use the most, and this one was just like extremely neon, so I had to get this one. The least favorite one was this blue one. Like, it's not bad or anything, but I'm not too surprised by it. My favorite one of these is this maroon one. It's really cool. But so let's see, what can I draw? Okay, let's just do the basics. Let's draw a face. When in doubt, draw a face. At least in my case. When in doubt, for you guys, I would imagine just draw the thing that you draw the most of. I personally have drawn a lot of faces in my day. Like, a lot of faces. You would not believe it. They say it takes like 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. And I'm not an expert by any means, but I've put in a lot of hours to just drawing faces. What kind of hairstyle should we give them? First off, was it a boy or girl? I just did a girl, so let's do a boy. Let's go with my default spiky top, shaved sides. Like, I always drew the hairstyles kind of like emo, so you have your face. That's a very square face. So the hairstyle was always like this and spiky, but like kind of, you know, what more Asian hairstyles would be, or if someone very like straight hair just had a short sort of bowl haircut. That was the haircut that I always gave my male characters at the time that I lived in Brazil. And nobody had that haircut. Nobody. So everyone was just like, oh, you're just watching all this anime and drawing all these like Asian characters, and I'm like, it's just what I consume, alright? And now that I'm not there anymore, I'm drawing the hairstyles that they have. Okay, let's make that cheekbone a bit manlier. Oh, so manly. So handsome. Or something, I don't know. It looks kind of cool actually. It came out better than I thought. So this is, because it's real time, you guys can get a better sense of how long it takes me to draw stuff. I'm not being like I'm not planning anything very specific. I'm not trying to be too careful or anything. But this is generally the speed at which I sketch at least. I'm just using what is this? A Stadler pigment liner at 0.2. I use this one a lot in Inktober. I also use my Pigma Sensei and my Pilot High-Tech C a lot in Inktober. Trying to think of where I'm gonna colour his hair with this thing, and I'm colour his eyes with this one. Beautiful. It's decided. What a brilliant plan. I'm thinking about erasing these lines, but I'm going to wait a little second because the number of times that things have smudged on me when I did not want them to smudge on me over the course of Inktober, I've gotten traumatized. But this one's not as high stakes as an Inktober piece, I guess. I mean, I still want it to turn out nice. So these are my lines. Let's touch them up a little bit. Nothing too drastic, but just a little extra definition. I've gotten really comfortable working with inks after 2 Inktobers. It's kind of nice because it used to be really like anxiety filled to do stuff with inks a lot, but now it's just sort of just do whatever. Trust in the heart of the cards or something. Let's bring out the High-Tech C. I got my first High-Tech C before the start of Inktober, but I hadn't had a chance to use them until Inktober, and through Inktober I just got really familiar and comfortable with them. They're just super nice and reliable. Like, I can't really explain what I like so much about this pen, but if you're into inks at all and drawing like little small details and hatching and like drawing really tiny stuff, I super mega recommend them. And I just bought mine off Amazon. If you can't find them, I couldn't find them in my local stores. Right now my local store, Michael's, only has like Stedler and maybe some microns. The student store doesn't even carry microns anymore. I bought these at the student store at college, but yeah, they don't carry microns anymore. I wonder why. Maybe they sold out in Inktober. But I don't know of that many people that are doing Inktober around school. I know some of them are, but like, I study advertising, not art. I'm sure everybody in the animation program is doing Inktober, but I haven't really talked to any of the people that I know in there for a bit. Some light shading. I feel like the proportions are a bit off, and he does look a little bit feminine. Let's just say that he's 12 years old. This is another pen that I used a lot in Inktober to fill in my blacks after my brush pen died. It's not really a brush pen, it's just like a marker pen, but it's a Sakura brand, Pigma Sensei Sakura. So the ink that it uses is the same archival in India ink, I think it's called. So it doesn't bleed through the other side of the paper at all, which I really enjoy about them. Alright. Okay, let's do the eyes. I said I was going to do silver. This silver pen is really cool. It's like super pigmented and opaque, and it like glides really nicely. Ooh, fancy. It's cool that I'm doing a video trying these out, because if it's just a photo on Instagram you can't really see the shine. The shiny of the silver. Oh, pretty. And just, see how cool that looks? It's like a crimson. It's not as jelly. I feel like it's the paper's absorbing this ink a bit more, and it's not coming out of the pen as smoothly. But the colour is just really nice. I really like this colour. I don't have any brushes lying around here. No, I don't. If I had some brushes, it would be kind of cool to try to see if I could spread this out with a brush. Oh, I wish it came out as smooth as the silver one. The colour makes up for it, but like, yeah, this isn't... See, like I'm drawing here. Oh well, now it comes out right, thanks. Was I holding it? Okay, that's better. The smudge? No, see, that dries instantly. I bet you if I touch the silver right now, it's smudge. Yeah, see, it's right on my finger. But this one, it doesn't, like, the paper absorbs it immediately. That's that. Cool. Let's add some blushes. Blushes. Mark really would be so proud. Oh, isn't that vibrant? I don't know if this shows up on camera like it shows up in person, but that is bright. Let's do some nose blushes. Oh, so cute. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm happy with this. It's kind of random, but it's kind of cool too. Back to, alright, here's the other one. I have a couple of these, and I ordered more after I started, because I gave one of them to a friend, and I gave another one to my brother's tattoo artist. I think this would benefit from white highlights on silver, maybe. Do these... Is this jelly roll is the same kind as these, but this one I've had literally for 6 years. Well, these I just had for a couple weeks. Are these gonna layer, is my question. Sort of. Yeah, sort of, if you're careful, they can layer. Interesting. So I think I've called this drawing done. Okay, well, moving on. I'm going to do another quick pencil sketch, and I think I might just call this video done there. I'm just going to transfer. Looks like we're fine. What's something to draw? Let's just draw my character Chrome. Chrome has that emo hair I was just talking about. There's getting to be a lot of pens on my desk. Starting to lose track of what's where. He also has this necklace of beads and a shark tooth. And 2 earrings that go like that. I really love having characters, like it makes it a lot easier if you have your own original characters to know what to draw. Because for a long time I didn't really have any, or the one that I made just like when I was really young, so she was like super Mary Sue, super boring design. Her name was Risa. I might redesign her actually. Oh, that's a good video idea, redesigning my first pre-teenage OC. But yeah, that's Chrome. Should we ink him a little bit? Just a little bit. I'm going to leave the pencil sketch under him. Oh, you know what would work nice? This blue that I didn't like. So Chrome's got blue eyes and sort of blue hair, so we can do a couple of details like that. You're being stubborn as well, why? Why? Right, that does it. If you're not drawing, then that means you're not getting to be on Chrome's hair. Beautiful. Well, thank you very much for watching. These are the things we've drawn, just this sketch that I did without really a plan, that started as a bean, that ended up being a torso, that ended up being like a pose with head tilted down. Then second we had this cute kawaii little 12-year-old boy with my Cactus the sequel from Inktober, where I tried out this pen for the hair and then this pen for the blushies and this pen for the eyes, which is a lot of fun. It looks really cute, I'm quite happy with it. And lastly, a quick little drawing of my character Chrome that was also very quickly, hastily inked. Wait, I might have to add one more finishing touch. Okay. He has dark hair, so. Ta-da! Wait, a little more. There we go. So yeah, my character Chrome, real quick. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of this kind of video format where I sketch and draw real time for you. And I'll see you all next week.